Happy day, everybody. Guys, I'm not sure what day it is. Day 43, April 27th, 2020. Guys, I can't believe it's April 27th already. Holy moly. Yeah, Monday, April 27th. That's crazy, y'all. So, guys, I hope everyone's having a wonderful morning. I'm up at a pretty decent time. Guys, yesterday, this weather. I have to say this. One little quick snippet. In the beginning of all this craziness, it was nuts because the weather was so nice. I go for walks. I have the windows open and just yes and awesome. And then I don't know what happened. Now, if the sun's out, it's cold. If it's warm, it's raining. I guess that's just weather. But, it's a damper in my mood. Not like I'm in a bad mood, but like yesterday. Yesterday, all we did was sit in front of the TV and watch movies, which was nice. It was nice to have a movie day. I love those kind of days when it's raining out. And, you just want to hang out and watch some movies, get caught up on some movies. Because, me and JB, we record a lot of movies. We really do. We record a lot of movies on our DVR. We get around to watching them. So it's nice when we have those days that we could just, lay around and watch a movie. And get caught up on some of the movies we wanted to see. When we have a meal like yesterday is where I had to cook the chicken for a couple hours, and then the soup had to sit for an hour, and chicken had to sit so we can take all the meat off of it. Those kind of days, it's nice to have a movie day. Cause what are you doing in between while you're waiting for the food? And then plus it's raining. What else are you doing? But yesterday we had a movie day and it was just very lethargic. I was just it's a couch potato. The definition of a couch potato. That was me yesterday. And we watched a couple movies. I'm not even going to say the first one because I don't even remember the title because it was just so dumb. It has one of the kids from It in it. I said it in yesterday's thing. And then we watched... what was it? Then we watched... Slaughterhouse Rules. That was dumb. It had the guys from Shaun of the Dead in it. It was pretty, I don't know. It took a while for it to finally build up to what the H was going on. And when it did, it was very lackluster. And then the last movie we watched, which I was most reluctant to watch, was Knives Out. But actually, I have to say, for a 2-hour and 10-minute movie... It was really good. It was really, really good. Even while JB was in the living room watching it at one point, I did come in here and make us chicken salad for this week. So I don't have to make chicken salad today, y'all. I'm so excited. I got that out of the way yesterday. And even still, I was in here and I was listening to it and I could still follow along. So it was really nice that I could just run in here quick and make that. And then get back on the couch and still know what's going on. But yeah, yesterday was just very lethargic. I was just, ugh. And again, it poured here all day long. All day long. So that doesn't help anything to liven you up. You know what I mean? You're kind of just blah, all day. I did put on jeans at one point, but I changed directly out of them after maybe an hour or two and put on pajama pants. But the soup came out really actually good yesterday, guys. I do have to say that. The broth was it was okay. The broth, I think, needed salt because I didn't really salt and pepper it too much, but it did need a little salt to it, a little salt kick. JB, of course, loaded his with cheese, sriracha. That's why when I was on the couch trying mine, I said to him, "What are you doing to yours? Could I just go in on the couch and just try mine, and I'll probably have 2 bowls." And he said, yeah, go ahead. He's like, I'm going to put cheese and sriracha and blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God. On his whole plate. So I went in and tried it. I thought it was really good. I did have another bowl of it after I was done trying it with y'all. I did have another bowl of it. It was really good. But today... Sorry, I'm lifting up my shirt. But today... We are making something really fun. I hope you guys are excited. Today, I am going to be making a blast from the past. And I'm so excited. I've made this twice before. Let me get the card. Okay, guys. So in the past, there was a little TV show called Roseanne. Not like that, but it's Roseanne. Like Roseanne Barr. And it was Roseanne Connor and Dan Connor, John Goodman, blah, blah, blah. And if you guys don't know who Roseanne is, you might be living under a rock. Now, guys, I'm going to be very clear here. I'm talking about the TV show, not the person. Just throwing that out there. Just the TV show, because that TV show was my jam. I love that TV show. Anyway, I've seen every episode. Maybe 2 or 3 times. But anyway, in the TV show, they owned something called the Landford Lunchbox. And in the Landford Lunchbox, they sold loose meat sandwiches. And guys, that is what I am making today. Now, guys, I got this recipe. Okay, so when the Connors, when Roseanne came back for its revival a couple years ago, or whatever it is, I had it, but now it's the Connors because of all of that. That's why I don't want to, Anyway, I had a get-together at my house with a couple of my friends, and we played like a Roseanne quiz. I made loose meat sandwiches. I even made like a poster for over the stove that said Landford Lunchbox. I still have it, actually. And I had a bunch of friends over, and we watched the first episode of the new Roseanne. And these are really good. So I'm going to be making the Landford Lunchbox loose meat sandwiches later. And I'm pretty pumped about it because it's pretty cool. Now, I didn't get this from any like Roseanne affiliated site. I got this. I forget what website I got it from. I probably wouldn't be able to pull it up right now. But I got this 2 or 3 years ago. So I hope it's pretty okay. Not that I hope it's pretty okay. I know it's going to be pretty okay. But because I've made it twice. I'm just saying, guys. I don't know the website. All I have is what I have right here. I will be back in a little bit. I'm just rambling. I can't believe I've been standing here with my coffee like this for this long. Usually I'm here like 2 to 3 minutes. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to do a couple things around here. We'll read some comments. I'm going to jump on the laptop for at least an hour or 2 and get some editing done, upload some videos, and then around dinner time, we will be in here cooking. And hopefully I could show you, and you don't need to see this mug. Okay. All right, guys. I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, guys. It is time to make the Landford Lunchbox loose meat sandwiches. Yes. I am so excited, guys. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to do this first. I'm going to face this down to the stove so you can see what I'm doing on the stove. But the first thing that we are going to do is in a large skillet, which I have right here. In a large skillet, we are going to brown 2 to 3 pounds of a ground beef. Now, I'm using close to 3 pounds. So that's the first thing you want to do, and while that's browning, you want to dice up a 1/4 cup of onion. I'm using a whole onion. I'm not using a 1/4 cup. I'm going to use a whole onion. Why waste it? And we like onions. So while that meat's browning, I already have my onion diced, so I'm going to let this brown. I'm going to face this down. Okay. And then I'll show you what I'm doing down here on the stove. All right, so let me get this all started, and we'll see us when we're browned and down. Okay. All right. Oh, and guys, you want to brown this over medium heat. Okay, so you're going to put your meat in there, break it up, and you're going to want to brown it over medium heat, and you're going to add your onion right before it gets brown. Okay, if that makes any sense. Guys, I found this recipe a couple years ago, and now that I looked it up because I wanted to add some pictures in here, there's multiple different recipes that you can do. So I'm just going off the one I found because we've made it several times before, and it's really, really good. So I'm going to get back to doing what I'm doing. Okay, guys, so now this is close to being browned. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my onions because there's still a little pink in there. So you want to add your onions so that it could cook with the rest of this. Now, while your onions are in here cooking, you're gonna start getting your Better Than Bouillon beef stock ready, because Better Than Bouillon comes compact in like a little jar, and you have to kind of make the broth yourself. Unfortunately, our grocery store has not had any Better Than Bouillon beef stock, so we're just using regular beef stock. So that's already prepared for me. So I'm just gonna put this to the side, and when we're ready for it, I'll add it. But at this point, I'm gonna add in the onions. Now guys, you aren't draining this meat. That's what makes it a Roseanne loose meat sandwich, is you're not draining this meat. So I'm gonna add the onions and give that a little stir. Ooh, losing my pan here. I'm gonna give that a little stir. Now I did turn up the heat a little bit. So I'm gonna give it a little stir. This calls for 1/4 cup onions, but I added some more because I am using 3 pounds of beef. Now that that's all stirred and good, now what I'm going to do is add a little salt and pepper to taste. Now this calls for 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of ground pepper. Now I just put it all in here, and now I'm just gonna go around with it and try to cover all my areas. You can measure this out if you want to. I'm not going to. There we go. Just cover all my bases. Okay, and then I'm gonna give it another stir. And now I'm gonna let this cook and let all of my meat brown. Let the onions cook with the meat and get all those flavors going. And then when we come back, we'll start adding the rest. Okay? All right. There's my hair. See you soon. Now that our meat is nice and browned, one thing I forgot to tell you guys, keep stirring this as the onions are in there. Now that our meat is nice and browned, we're going to add our 3 cups of beef broth. There's 1, 2. There's 1. There is 3. Or there's 1. There's 2 and 3. So there you go. There's that. So I'm just going to give this a good stir. Then what I'm going to do is I am going to add 2 teaspoons of butter and 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, but I'm actually adding 6 because we don't have the Better Than Bouillon broth. So I'm gonna try to spice this broth up a little bit more, and I'm gonna add 6. I might actually add a little bit more, y'all, because I love Worcestershire sauce. Okay, all right. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna let this sit and you're gonna bring it to a boil. So put it on high and you're gonna bring this to a boil while occasionally stirring it. Okay guys, so as you can see, it came to a boil. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reduce the heat, and you let it cook until most of the juices are evaporated. So you're gonna reduce the heat. I'm gonna put mine on low, yeah, probably low, like in between like low and medium. I'm gonna reduce the heat and let it just do its thing. And then when we come back, most of the juices will be evaporated and we're ready to eat. We'll do a little mukbang. All right, so there you go. I'm gonna let this baby do its thing. Okay? All right. Okay, guys, we have our loose meat sandwiches. Here is mine. Put a little ketchup and mustard, some pickles. There's our loose meat with our onions and some chips. JB's looks beautiful. Very sloppy. Good? Good. Okay. Ooh. I'm gonna try mine. Okay, so I had it on for about like 45 minutes, y'all. I'm trying to get all that, all the juice out of there, let it evaporate. Here it is, guys. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay. Those pickles. How is it, honey? Guys.
Very good.
Wow. It's like a sloppy Joe, but not. Right?
Yeah.
It's a loose meat.
Right. Well, it's like a sloppy Joe, but you put your own condiments on it to
Well,
sloppy it as you like.
as sloppy as you like. And guys, like I said, you leave all the fat in there. So this is definitely not something, if you're on a diet or something, no way. But do you remember when we had that Roseanne party here? Do you remember that? That was so much fun. It was JB, myself, I think like 4 or 5 of our friends. And we had a Roseanne party here. The one night when Roseanne was premiering, the reboot was premiering a couple years ago. And I went out to the thrift store. And are those called Afghans? Right? Afghans? The blankets? You know, like the blanket that Roseanne had on the back of her couch? I went to a couple thrift stores. I found a bunch of them. Put them on the back of all my couches. And like I said, made a poster for above the stove. I made a poster for above the stove that said the Lanford lunchbox, and I made it just like the logo and everything. I borrowed stuff from my aunt's restaurant to make a big batch of these, and then I made a bunch of like we did like a Roseanne quiz, like who knew like the episodes best. It was so much fun. And that's where these came about. And literally, this was the only recipe I found for these loose meat sandwiches. And now there's a bunch. There's a whole bunch of them. So guys, this might not be the recipe, but it was the only one I found. It's really, really good. But yeah, there's a bunch now. When I was searching for pictures today, there's a whole bunch of them online.
Oh.
I think on Delish. Is that something? Delish? I think it was Delish that I saw the actress that plays the original Becky and the actor that played DidJya Tanner. They were on, I guess, making these loose meat sandwiches. So I don't know. There might be a better one, y'all, but this is the one I follow. Delish. The one I found, y'all, I wish I still had where I got it from. The one I found, y'all, was from, I believe it seems like a couple. Like it was a couple and they like made this, because on the TV show you never heard what the recipe is. I believe it was a couple. And they made these a lot. And that's where I got it. I can't remember where. I wish I could link it below, but I honestly don't remember the site or anything. No idea. I just wrote it down and that's what I followed. Hey, you're already done. JB scarfed that down. Good?
Very good.
Definitely a good thing to have in your fridge. It'll last a couple days. You have it. heat it up in the microwave a little bit. If you want to put some cheese on top of it while you microwave it, which JB will probably do tomorrow, microwave it up, and there you go. And you have dinner for the night. But guys, when you serve this, you definitely want to serve it with a slotted spoon because some of the juices do stay in there. And what I do is I take it from the side of the pot and let the juices drain and then put it on my bread.
I didn't do that.
I know, I saw you. I saw that your bun was very...
I had an au jus.
Yeah, yeah, you do. Alright, guys. I'm done. Other than a little bit of fallout, that was so good. I could eat another one too, but I'm not going to. For dinner. There you go. Anyway, that was today's vlog, day 43. I'm losing track, y'all. Day 43. That's what I did today. So guys, tomorrow I'm going to film Lunch with Dante, which will be out Wednesday. And edit that tattoo video so you guys can finally all see it. But guys, I hope you guys are all safe, well, healthy. And that's basically it. Now we're going to relax for the rest of the night. Enjoy this crappy weather. Hey, at least I got dressed today. But enjoy this weather. And I hope you guys, like I said, are all safe, well. I love you all so, so much. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.